Okay, what up? I don't think I've made a video since fucking before the top ban. So I figured I'd make one right now. I'm sick as fuck. I'm dosed up on NyQuil. This is gonna be dope. I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm back on a green sideboard. Well, I guess I was playing that before the top ban. So after the top ban, I initially just swapped all my tops for preordains. I had some decent success with that. I top baited a 1K. I had a middling result at Eternal Weekend. I was 9-9 between the main event and the side events. So very middling. So I tweaked my list a bit. I'm playing only 15 lands as opposed to the 17 that I played before the top ban. I got full 4 Lotus Petal, and some Conjurer's Baubles. These sort of play a role similar to what top did, where it was a so-called saved draw, where you'd play it and then you had a free cantrip that could draw into your Doomsday pile. There's also some neat tricks you can do with looping it to build Storm, cracking LEDs and using it to put cards in your hand back into your Doomsday pile. And also, when people try to remove shit in your graveyard with a Surgical Extraction or Deathrite Shaman, you can crack the bubble to counter it, basically. So I got my 7 cantrips, 4 Burning Wishes. The extra Lotus Petals make Empty the Warrens a much more viable plan. The reason I'm down to 15 lands is because the only reason Doomsday played 17 was because of the 4 top in the main deck, and top was kind of mana hungry. Without top, we can go down to a land count much closer to what other Storm decks play. Act on Impulse is the new hot shit instead of Ideas Inbound. Without top, Ideas Inbound is kind of bad, because the main draw of it was that it cost only 2 mana. So if you cracked an LED, then tap top to draw Ideas Inbound, you cast Ideas Inbound, draw your top back up, and you'd have 1 mana floating left over to recast the top. Without that, there's no real reason not to use all that mana. And what Act on Impulse lets you do is it turns LEDs in your stack in your Doomsday pile into basically Black Lotuses, because you can cast them from exile and use the mana to cast other spells from exile. So there's not a whole lot else left to talk about. I'm trying out Carpet of Flowers. I've been liking it in blue matchups. Scarab Feast instead of Surgical is an experimental slot, but it cantrips in a pinch. Inquisition for my sideboard discard spell, because it doesn't lose you life and can hit hate bears and stuff. And then I have a sideboard bounce spell in Consign to Oblivion, which is cool because the Consign half is an instant, Oblivion half is a sorcery. So you wish, a Burning Wish can get it, but then you can bounce things at your opponent's end step. So anyway, I'm just going to jump into games. I'm going to play in the tournament practice room, because if I played in the league, it would be a complete fucking wash because of my NyQuil dosing drowsiness. I would do real bad. I'll probably do bad here anyway, but I don't want to waste prize play points or ticks or whatever the fuck. So let's see what we get. Ooh. Alright. Lost the die roll. That's fine, whatever. Apparently they're not too interested in deciding whether or not to play first. Maybe the internet's just slow. Alright, I'm not too invested in this. I can probably find a different game. Fuck that guy. Let's try someone else. Hopefully it wasn't my internet that was being slow. Because if it was, this won't help me. Once again, lost a die roll. Alright. This hand is turn 1 kill. So we keep. Let's see what they do. I probably just jam it almost regardless. Although they're starting off with a Flooded Strand. Means this is probably like the Miracles deck. Oh, they got a Trop. It's probably not the Miracles deck. It's probably Rug Delver. Yeah. Oh. So, the real question now is, do I go for it? Another Doomsday. I'm inclined to just go for it. But it dies to Force, it dies to Daze. Maybe I can play around. Yeah, I guess I wait. Well, at least the Delver didn't flip. Maybe it's not Rug Delver. Usually when I see people play Delver with Flooded Strands, it's Rug and they just have weird fetch lands. But this could be like Grixis with weird fetch lands. We'll find out, I guess. Nope, it's Rug. The goose is loose. Alright, I really need to find a way to look at their hand here. Because I don't want to run my ass into a Stifle. Okay, well there's Therapy. So the real question now is, do I probe Therapy? Or do I just blind Therapy? Do I Therapy off the Lotus Petal? So I don't run into a Stifle? I don't know. So many questions. I think I need to probe. I don't have a huge clock right now, so I'll be sad if I see no counter magic though, and I could have just killed him turn 1. They're dazing my probe, which means they almost certainly have a Stifle. So I'm not going to pay. And I think I'm just going to run out this Lotus Petal and probe on Stifle. I mean, a Therapy Stifle. So I can crack my fetch. That's a pretty aggressive play to daze the probe. And I don't think it's worth it. Of course, I could be getting Ruse here. Like, it could be a fucking double trap, but they had the Stifle. Alright, so I took their only other blue card. But they didn't have a Wasteland. So I don't want to crack the Misty and get wasted. That seems dangerous. On the other hand, I could go for a pass the turn pile right now and just pray to fucking God that they don't draw anything good. That seems loose as fuck. I think I'm just gonna pass. This is real questionable. I don't want to die to a wasteland, but I also die to another top deck stifle or something. But if I draw another cantrip or I mean like a probe or a burning wish or an LED, I end up with a kill anyway. So they fetched and grabbed Bulk, which makes me think they drew a Bolt, but I don't really know why they would fetch there. Like, why not just leave it unfetched? Unless they think I'm on Grixis Delver, like they don't realize I'm on combo yet. No, but I played the Lotus Petal. I don't know, man. Another Goose, okay. Another Goose. I think if I draw the cards I need, I just go for it here. Alright, fuck you cops. If they gotta stifle, they gotta stifle. They had no stifle. Let's do it. Let's roll. They let me have it. I have no idea what they drew, so I think I just have to go for the... There are so many things they could have drawn that just kill me. No, I don't want that. I want to just do the normal deal. Here. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna... Rather than reveal too much here, I'm gonna put the probe on my thing first. LED, varnish probe. There we go. So this is a this is a basic storm pile, but I'm gonna put the probe on top so I can see their hand before I do anything, so I can hide a little info from them if it turns out that they had the force and just let me have it, and I don't actually have a way. I am not actually going to kill them, so they won't do this shit. He's saying I'll let you finish you comboing off if it's okay, meaning I guess he doesn't have it, but it could all be a ruse. Oh boy. NyQuil's hitting hard. Come on. Mouse click. Mouse click. Here we go. Cast LED. Brainstorm. Put back those two. Hold priority. Probe them. Crack this for red. Let's see what he's got. It was a goose. Okay. So I got a little lucky, I think. I didn't draw a blue card. We read into that stifle trap. And then I ripped the LED when I needed it. Which was good. Cast these motherfucking line die diamonds. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, there we go. Black. I guess my internet's slow or some shit. Come on. Black. Red. Cast. It's just a storm kill. Woo. Okay. So that's just simple tendrils. Now, sideboarding against Delver. We want the Inquisition. We want the carpets. I think everything else is fine to stay out. Burning Wish for empty is good shit against Delver. Rug Delver used to play Spell Snare, and so you'd like side out your Burning Wishes, but I don't think that's what you actually. I don't think they do anymore. Like, or they don't play enough for it to matter because there's not so many Goyfs running around. So I don't think you want to take that out. You probably want. Actually, you probably are fine without the Bayou because you don't need to play Abrupt Decay also. I don't think. So just a Trop is fine for playing Carpet. So the real question here is, what do we cut? Bobble's not great against Stifle, so cutting a Bobble I think is fine. Can maybe cut a Petal. And then maybe Burning Wish. I kind of want all 4 Burning Wishes because I want to be able to empty. But on the other hand, we're probably going to be playing a slightly slower game, and empty stays viable against them longer. Because they'll often only play like 1 or 2 threats, and their clock's not super fast, and sometimes even if you empty from like 7 life, it can get there if they only have like a Goose. This hand's trash. It's got no blue mana for our cantrips. It's got an Act on Impulse in hand already, so it's like a virtual mull to begin with, so just throw it back. Oh boy. I think I gotta keep this. It's not ideal. There's definitely a high potential for an empty if I can find a Burning Wish. I think I'm gonna bottom the Therapy. The one problem is I don't want to run my 1 fetch land into a Stifle. So hopefully they'll lead with a threat and not hold up a Stifle. On the other hand, if they hold up Stifle, then it gives me more opportunity to find land. Because they won't be deploying a threat. Especially if they're land light. Wait, they're not playing anything? What the fuck? Did they keep a no lander or something? Okay, that's unusual. I'm just gonna crack this. Play at the bobble. So this is the one downside of playing in the tournament practice room. Is like, sometimes you get some stinkers. I don't know. It's hard to know. Because the first game was fine. Like, they played well enough. I don't, like, but then I don't know what's going on here. Alright, looks like we're going to have a lot of time to work with here. A Petal. Kind of want to use one of the Petals to duress. But I don't think there's a reason to do that right now. I'm just going to wait. Not under any pressure. No reason to try and do anything rash. Playing a Vault. Just passing the turn. Their hand must be absolutely stacked. I want to ponder. I really want to try and find a few more lands. That Carpet could be really good though. That Carpet could potentially be huge. I'm going to bottom. I'm not going to bottom. I'm going to keep all of these. I think I'll have enough time since they're not doing anything, and I can use the bauble to draw through my pile a little bit more if I need it. The bauble could also potentially be good. Like, it might bait a Stifle or something. That's the other thing that Bobble's good for. People don't know what the fuck you're doing when you play a Conjurer's Bobble. Like, so they might, like, I've had people force a turn 1 Conjurer's Bobble, and I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine. I've also had people, you know, like, you stifle, like, I just randomly cantrip with a Conjurer's Bobble. Sometimes they have an extra, and they stifle it. So, who knows? Alright, they're pondering. I'm assuming that they had a extremely counter magic heavy threat light hand. If they had like double force surgical or something, it might be worth keeping a no lander just for that. The fact that they haven't played a threat at all yet is slightly alarming. So this, my carpet's probably going to get countered here. The Lotus Petal might even get countered. But if I can land the carpet, yep, so they're going to force the carpet. They forced it and pitched a Blue Blast. I guess Blue Blast hits my Act on Impulse, so it's not unreasonable. Alright, looks like my assessment of their hand was pretty spot on, though. So, we'll just have to try and find another land, and we can work through all this counter magic. If they, like, if they never have a threat, then I have plenty of time to find disruption. So I'm not that worried about fighting through the counter magic. But they might have finally found the goose. They fetched a trop. The goose is loose. The goose is loose. Oh, that's more of a threat. Mandrills. Alright, I think it's time to crack that bauble. I feel like I want to actually put something in here, but I don't know, maybe not. Let's just put it on the stack. Alright, so they stifled the bauble. Now I'm going to brainstorm. But I really want this brainstorm to draw me a land. If it gets dazed or something. Oh, okay. I haven't seen a wasteland from them yet. Alright. I'm going to put 2 LEDs on the bottom. Or back on top, I guess. Actually, do I do that? Shit. I can make a fuckload of goblins right now if, and only if, they don't have this thing. So, this is a potentially high risk play. I think it's worth it. LED back, Doomsday back. Play the sea. Play a ritual. If ritual resolves, duress them. Hooey! Get that stifle. Alright, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I just have the kill. Okay. Since they cut their life total in half. Alright, so since it took them so long to get a threat, they're able to work through all that fucking counter magic and shit they played. I'm like sitting up now. I've been laying down in bed. Now my heart's all pounding, so this shit ain't fucking good for a sick kid. Black. Black. Woo! Yeah, buddy. Okay. Ugh. So yeah, that was kind of a classic Delver match. In that, like, you know, game one, they maybe get some threats on the board. They didn't have a ton of counter magic. You got a little lucky, opened up a window, like a window opened up in the counter magic, and you go off. Game two, it seems like they definitely had what they deemed to be a sufficient amount of counter magic in their opener, and that they would draw land in time. They certainly did draw land, and so they may have been a correct keep. I'm not a Delver player. It seemed a little shaky if they didn't have any land turn one, but that brainstorm was dope, and we were able to just kill them through a couple stifles and a force of will, or whatever the fuck it was. So yeah, the natural storm kill without ever casting a Doomsday is pretty common in the Delver matchups, I think. If especially the non-black Delver matchup. If they're not discarding, making you discard, you can build up a hand that can have blowout potential like that, and you can like beta stifle or beta force to help jack up your storm count. I'm gonna try and play another match, but I gotta go to the bathroom first. So I'll be back. Alright. Guess I'll be editing that bit out, but time to get another game in. Unfortunately, I think this might be all I got in me, but 2 matches is okay. Last day is coming. Maybe they're another Doomsday player. Doubt it. Okay, this hand's keepable. It's got potential to make some goblins pretty quick if the Preordain finds me something. It's also just got straight up Doomsday potential if I can find a red source, like another land for that Burning Wish. The real question is, do you Preordain turn 1 or Bauble turn 1? I'm thinking Preordain because if they end up going like Plains Mom, you want to find a LED or something to turn this into a real Goblin's hand. Unfortunately, there's some risk of getting fucked up by Wasteland with only the Undergrounds to use our land, but... Oh, hey, there's an LED. I'm just going to top both. And we'll see what they do. Starting off with Verdant. This could be like Grixis Delver or check pile. If it's pile, that would be pleasing. They don't usually have wastelands. They're usually not more than 1 or 2 wastelands. Okay. Double Lily, Fatal Push, Bolt, Goif, Goif. So no counter magic. I gotta think about how many goblins I'll be making and whether or not they can fight through it. Let's see. Okay. Push, Bolt, Bolt, Lily, Lily, Goif, Goif. And the second land. Okay. Let's see what this probe draws me. Depending on what the probe draws me, I might actually be able to just turn 1 kill. a Duress. Duress isn't a whole lot of good. Actually, Duress could be a whole lot of good. I wonder if I can just storm them right now. And probe again. I'm going to be on the Goblin's plan here, I think. I don't think that they can get through this. Alrighty. Ritual. Ritual. 6, 7, 8, 9. So, do I have enough mana? So, 5 black, maybe 3 black. Yeah, I think this is enough. I'll just Duress. Take a whatever. Play the bauble. Crack the bauble because why not? Because if I draw another spell... Alright, so I don't need to play that spell. I don't think. So I can just hold it. Alright, so that was pretty dope. Making this deck look real fucking broken. Burning Wish for the drills. So that hand was on track to make a shitload of goblins because the probe drew the extra ritual. We were able to get to enough mana to actually just kill him. So that looked like maybe it was just Jund. A little hard to tell because they never actually fetched a duel. I think in this kind of matchup, you want to minimize your sideboarding. I'm going to cut a therapy and bring in Inquisition. And I think maybe bring in a Decay over, say, a Lotus Petal. If they are on Jund, we won't need as much discard. So maybe I can cut a Duress. Yeah, let's go with that. They probably have Wastelands, so maybe I want this Bayou. I don't want to keep in all my bottles because they probably have him. And they definitely have Lily. Having that save draw is a big help against heavy discard. I think I want to just cut a fetch for that Bayou. I guess a Mire. Alright. So, last day is coming. It was their last day, surprise. This hand I think is a keep. It's got the Act on Impulse in it, but I have a Brainstorm to throw it back, so. It's a little shaky, but. Alright, so no turn on Thoughtseize. I'm inclined to just throw the probe out here and see what's coming. That'll let me know if I can crack my fetch and cantrip or if I should be holding on to the Brainstorm. Holding on to Brainstorm in response to something. So, probe it out. Grudge, him, Bolt, Lily, Library. This is interesting. They're probably going to play the Library next turn because they don't have another black source for the him. So, if they don't draw the second black source, they might him. Or they might not him. I think I'm going to get a little aggressive. They didn't have a Wasteland. Do I fetch up a Underground Sea? Yeah, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Underground Sea. Ponder. Burning Wish. Oops, I put a pedal back on top. I want to put that there and this here because if I do get him, I want that Burning Wish still on top of my deck. Alright. This should work out. I should be able to make some goblins next turn. They have no him. So they're probably going to windmill slam the library. Yep. Perfect. Alright, so I'm just going to try and make goblins, I think. So I draw the Burning Wish. I'll brainstorm, which will draw me the pedal. Put the Burning Wish back on top. And then cast the pedal, make black. The ritual, play the Lion's Eye Diamond. Let's see, I think I could ponder here and get enough. Yeah, so if I ponder, if I play a pedal, and then I can play a ponder or something. But I'll just put the Burning Wish, leave the Burning Wish on top. Might even draw another spell that I could cast. Yeah, I didn't, so I'll do this like that. Oh, I blew it. I fucking blew it. Oh no, I didn't. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, yeah, we're getting a little too tired for this. No, don't shuffle my library. Yep, I meant to draw the Acton Impulse. The Burning Wish is supposed to be on top of my deck. Because I'm going to do this. Probe you, pay the life, crack this for red. I don't think they can beat 16 goblins here. I mean, library might draw them into something that can beat goblins. But I think, actually, they can't even keep cards off the library because they'll just die. So we're just gonna make the goblins. It's a fucking 18 goblins. It's a lot of fucking goblins. And we'll just pass turn and hope that they don't rip a solution off that library. Alright. It's possible we just get a concession here. There. Alright. Alright. Glad you watched. Deck still works. You said beat a blue deck and a non-blue deck. So that was fun. I'm still not sure about the 15 lands thing. It feels a little low, but I've been so used to playing 17 or 18 that it's like, I don't know, it takes some getting used to, but it's been working out. So yeah, keep giving people the drills or whatever. Comment, subscribe, whatever the fuck people say. I don't give a shit if you do or not. Ask me questions about the deck, though. I love to punish about this deck. I'll answer your questions all day, baby.